What if everything you thought you knew about yourself was just an illusion? Today, we're diving deep into one of philosophy's greatest mysteries that will completely change how you see yourself. Stay tuned. Have you ever wondered if the you of today is the same person as the you from yesterday, or 10 years ago? We often assume our identity is something fixed, like a solid rock. But what if it's more like a flowing river, always moving, always changing? To explore this mind-bending question, let's begin with a very old story from ancient Greece, the Ship of Theseus. This 2,000-year-old puzzle will challenge everything you think you know about identity. According to legend, the Athenians preserved the ship that the hero Theseus once sailed. They displayed it as a monument to his great adventures. But here's where it gets interesting. Over time, the wooden planks began to rot, and the caretakers replaced them one by one with new identical planks. Eventually, every single plank had been replaced, not one piece of the original ship remained. So here's the mind-bending puzzle. Was it still the same ship? And if not, at what point did it stop being the original? Later, the philosopher Thomas Hobbes pushed this thought experiment even further. What if someone collected all those discarded original planks and rebuilt a ship from them? Which one would be the real Ship of Theseus? Now let's bring this closer to home because human beings are remarkably similar to that ancient ship. Your body is constantly changing. Every 7 years, most of your cells have died and been replaced. You cut your hair, trim your nails, and if needed, you might even replace organs through medical procedures. We usually don't question our identity when this happens. We say, I am still me, just with a new kidney, or still me, but with cosmetic surgery. But what if we push this further? What if every organ in your body, even your brain, could be replaced with functionally identical parts? Would you still be you? Many philosophers believe the brain holds the answer because it carries our thoughts, memories, and consciousness, the essence of who we are. But imagine this scenario. What if we could perfectly transfer all your memories, personality traits, and thought patterns into someone else's brain, and simultaneously transfer theirs into yours? Which person would wake up being the real you? Some scientists suggest our identity lies in our DNA, our genetic blueprint, but this creates its own puzzle. Identical twins share exactly the same genes, yet we clearly recognize them as two distinct people with separate identities. Others argue it's all about memory and consciousness. But here's the problem. Memories can be lost through injury or disease, altered by time and emotion, or even artificially implanted, as research has shown. If a person with severe amnesia forgets their entire past, are they no longer the same person? Most of us would say they are. So if it's not just the physical body, not just the brain, not just the genes, and not just memory, what really makes you, you? This is where a powerful concept called the narrative self comes into play, and it might completely change how you understand your own identity. Here's a revolutionary idea. Our identity isn't a single piece of data or some fixed, unchanging essence hidden deep inside us. Instead, we are the stories we tell about ourselves. The way we connect our past experiences, our present moment, and our future hopes into one coherent, meaningful narrative. Think of your life as a movie where you are both the main character and the storyteller. Every experience, your struggles, your victories, your failures, your moments of growth, becomes a crucial part of your ongoing storyline. When that story holds together and makes sense, you feel a strong sense of unity and identity. You know who you are. But when life events shatter that story, after trauma, heartbreak, or major life changes, you feel broken, confused, as if your very identity has scattered into pieces. And healing? Healing becomes the powerful act of putting yourself back together by retelling your story in a new way that makes sense of both your pain and your growth. This profound insight echoes what Hermann Hesse captured beautifully in his novel Siddhartha. Siddhartha's spiritual journey wasn't about clinging to a fixed identity or finding some unchanging true self. Instead, it was about learning to flow with change, like a river that is never the same from moment to moment, yet maintains a continuous, recognizable presence. And much earlier, the Buddha himself reached a remarkably similar conclusion through deep meditation and reflection. He taught that everything in existence is interdependent, impermanent, and without a fixed, unchanging self, concepts he called emptiness and no-self. But rather than being frightening or nihilistic, this truth is profoundly liberating. It means we are not trapped or limited by who we were yesterday, last year, or even 10 minutes ago. So, let's return to our original question. Are you the same person you used to be? Maybe not in the way we usually think about it. You are not a solid rock with an unchanging core that defines you forever. Instead, you are like a river, always moving, always flowing, always in the process of recreating yourself through the stories you tell and the choices you make. And perhaps the peace and self-acceptance we're all searching for comes not from clinging desperately to some permanent fixed self, but from embracing the beautiful, ever-changing story we are continuously writing and rewriting. Your past experiences, your present awareness, your future possibilities, they all flow together into one continuous stream of consciousness and narrative. And that flowing river of story and experience, that river is you. The question isn't whether you're the same person you used to be, the question is, what kind of person are you becoming? If this video changed how you think about identity and self, smash that like button and subscribe for more mind-expanding content. What's your take on personal identity? Are you the same person you were 5 years ago? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, you're not just watching philosophy, you're living it.